Hey, good morning, y'all. It's the Jed. I feel compelled to tell y'all it's actually tomorrow. And what I mean by that is yesterday I did a demo ride of the new BMW R18 Bagger, which I'm about to show y'all. So today is tomorrow and yesterday was today. Let's take a look at the BMW R18 Bagger for 2022. And hey, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks.
Which one should we ride? R18? That one? The Bagger? Or this Transcontinental? I think we'll take the Bagger. Okay, right off the bat, it's a substantial beast, but you know that if you check out any of the BMW videos. But upright, nice and balanced, really low seat. That's my FXR over there, and this seat height is lower than the way I have that FXR set up. My legs are 30-inch inseam, and I'm flat-footed with lots of room to spare. Let's figure out how to start this thing up. We're in neutral. Let's clutch in. Oh, nice. All right, we are in roll mode here. I'm gonna, well, we'll start off in roll mode and we'll see how that goes. We're not gonna take a long ride here. This is by no means a ride review. It is a pure and simple a demo. She's a big girl. Nice and smooth. And I love these floorboards. Sadly, this shifter is set up kind of low, and I cannot get my boot under it. That's going to have to change. There's the brake pedal. Okay, I can get the corner of my boot under that, so that ought to work. I'll tell you what, friends, it's good to be making a video again. I apologize for how long it's been, but life gets in the way sometimes, and to be honest with you, I got a little lazy and maybe a little bored. I think if you remember back to my K16, not K1600, my R18 video, which I will throw a link up for you, I was underwhelmed in roll mode on that bike. On this bike, I don't feel that same sense. I actually am enjoying roll in these first couple of miles. I'm sure I'm going to enjoy rock mode better, but there is a nice smooth delivery of power, and I think, I don't know, maybe in what I will call full dress form for you old Harley riders, the roll mode is a little more appropriate. I don't feel like grabbing, apologies for that guy's music, I don't feel like grabbing a handful of throttle on this bike, but I could. Let's talk about ergonomics for a minute. This is a really comfortable setup. I might see what I can do to lift these bars a tiny bit, but I bet you they rotate up a little bit if you want. But even as they are, I'm very comfortable, and I have to say, I really like these floorboards. Incredibly comfortable. I could be comfortable on this bike for a long time. By the way, it's a gorgeous bike. I'll try to get a couple of vanity shots of it before I'm through. And I should also, right off the bat, thank West Valley Cycles. This is a national R18 Bagger and Transcontinental demo day, but Ruth at West Valley was very kind to me and very happy for me to be the first one to demo one of these at West Valley. And I appreciate her and I appreciate them an awful lot. So super excited to be on this bike. Let's talk about what the heck it is, by the way. This is the R18 bike that I demoed many months ago, now with a full fairing and hard bags and a gorgeous display. We've got analog gauges for fuel, for speedo, and tachometer. And then on the right there is power reserve. I'm not really sure what that gauge is, to be honest with you. We'll have to check that out. And then a gorgeous, gigantic TFD display. Let's see, here's menu. Okay, so navigation, radio, my vehicle. Let's see what we got here. Similar to my GS, we've got lots of information about the bike here in the onboard computer that you can scroll through. Radio, navigation, media, telephone, and just settings. And I guess if I go up, I get the kind of the home screen. And in the home screen here, there's a digital display of your speed to go along with the analog display. Let's give our modes a try. Here's the mode button. Let's go to rock. By the way, the choices are rock, rain, roll. So let's get to rock. Yep, there we go. Okay. Once again, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the rock mode. That's nice. That's really, really nice. I should tell you, I rode over to Ruth's dealership on my highly modified Harley Davidson FXLR. It's got a stroked twin cam in it, and in rock mode, sorry to say, FXR, I've got a bit more torque here on the BMW, and a very smooth delivery of that torque in typical and expected BMW fashion. Gotta go through a little water here. Apologies to West Valley. We're gonna get on the 101 here just for an exit or two and get a sense of how this bike rides on the freeway. I love this. I love being on a bike that in all likelihood nobody around me has seen before. I'm in 4th gear, 78 miles an hour, 5th gear, with lots and lots of room to spare, and I'm not revving this engine, so I'm not going to go any faster than that. And we'll exit up here so I'm not tempted. This is a very quiet and nice bubble I'm in on this bike, with a remarkably low windscreen, but the way it's set up, at least for me, it is pushing the air right probably over the top of my helmet, but I'm getting a little bit of air through the vent on the top of my helmet, which is nice. Absolutely no buffeting at all. I don't know if this has a quick shifter on it. I'm guessing no, and I'm not gonna risk grinding the gears to find out. Again, this is not a review of this bike. This is purely bringing you along for a very smiley demo ride. I'm just super happy and super excited to be on this bike this morning. It was something I was thinking about all week. I wasn't sure if I was going to get to West Valley in time to actually get a ride. I didn't know how crowded it would be. And the morning has been delightful for me. So I am a happy camper. This is a really nice bike. That's the best I can do for it. It's a very comfortable, very smooth, nicely powered, quite beautiful bike, and really unexpected bike from BMW. If you are on a Harley Bagger, you know, a Road Glide or the like, I think you would enjoy giving this bike a ride. Just, if nothing else, just to have something to compare your bike to. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at this. If you are a BMW guy, you know, if you're a K1600 guy, you may not enjoy this 1800cc Boxer, but you will enjoy the ride and you will enjoy the look of this bike, and it's definitely worth checking out. I would own this bike. I mean, that's what my bottom line is. Seat of the pants. I always ask myself when I demo a bike, would I be happy to have this bike in my garage? The answer in this one is yes, and it was a no for me on the R18 in its initial rollout form, but this is a big improvement for me. I was saying to a friend of mine too, I think in this form, particularly with the bags, the engine, this R18 power plant, looks right at home in terms of size. I think that with the bags and the fairing, the proportions of this engine start to make a lot more sense for me. Again, this is purely an aesthetic and subjective perspective, but for me, this R18 really looks right at home on this bike and looks quite good. Power reserve. Just not sure what that is. We'll have to ask. Nice little rumble you get in rock mode. I like it a lot. By the way, BMW has gone out of their way to point out this has Marshall speakers and I think a Marshall amp. Stereo by Marshall, we'll call it. Again, I'm not going to play with that because I don't want to get some music in the video that will get flagged. This one's black with a nice classic white pinstripe, double pinstripe. Not sure what other colors they come in. Again, please don't crucify me for not having much info. This was just a planned fun morning without a lot of research, but I wanted to bring y'all along. This thing, by the way, has the adaptive cruise control. I know, because they pointed out the radar to me on the front fairing, which is a feature I've not had a chance to try out on this bike or any bike. I understand for people who do a lot of highway riding, it's a great feature. It's not one I tend to use much in my car around Southern California, just because our traffic is so heavy on the freeway most of the time that I don't even get into cruise control. But I imagine on a long trip that would be a nice feature. This also has cornering lights, I'm told. I can't demo that feature in the daylight. I do like how they did the analog and the digital display on this. For me, if I want to get a quick reading, my eyes just tend to naturally go to the analog. but I'm probably older than you. Although maybe not, judging from the demographics that YouTube gives me on the viewers of the Jed. Really handles nicely, particularly for its size, but you know, just going around a little slow turn like that, I don't feel the weight of this bike, which is a pretty nifty thing that the engineers at BMW must have worked on. Bottom line, I like it, really like it, and I think you ought to go demo one. It's a fun bike for sure. It's a pretty radical departure for at least modern era BMW, and it's going to be interesting. You know, here's BMW with a gorgeous new Bagger competing against Harley in an area they dominate. There's Harley with its Pan America trying to compete against BMW in an area they dominate. And as consumers, as motorcyclists, you and I benefit, which is a really cool thing. So thank you, BMW. Thank you, West Valley Cycles. Thank you, Ruth. I'm going to just park this out here for a minute so we can get a couple of glory shots of it. I'll get my phone out for that. Thank y'all for coming along for the ride. Here's Ruth. Ruth, that is an absolute winner.
Thank you.
All right, let's do a little walk around of this R18 Bagger. There's that massive 1800cc Boxer twin. Here you get a head-on view. There's that radar right above the headlight here for the adaptive cruise. Cornering headlight. Really pretty bike.